Yeah, he's just saying that if you define a mental state as X, Y, and Z, and then he debunks X, Y, and Z following from your position, then he doesn't need to debunk the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but I already told him though he didn't though via the property of this debate because I
he wants me to watch
proved X and
recording.
Y.
Yeah, he wants me to watch recording.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but right now it's confirmed that I won though until you change your verdict.
Yeah, he's saying that he'll end the debate off, and if my judgment changes off recording, then you know. But if it doesn't, then you win, obviously.
Yeah. Sure, I don't care. Oh my goodness, this guy needs to get
around you can see until you're
Yeah.
What the fuck does that even mean? Have you ever seen people leave a debate because they don't want to continue for enough? Huh? Sure, I have my kids on me. You just got the viewers.
This bitch got a guy. I hit it with Riz.
His big guy, I hit it with Riz. Well, all right, so basically, he concedes until then. Cool. Good job. All right. So Yanni, when are we debating? Because you were the next one after this.
Yeah, can Infinity judge right now?
If he wants, I don't know.
Yeah, hold on. The aliens is talking to me.
All right.
Okay. The aliens.
Fine. And what topic do you want to do?
Theology.
You can always want that guitar.
We can do like specifically the contingency argument.
The contingency argument. So you want to go over the pros and cons of it? Or what?
Whether or not it justifies the conclusion.
Okay, and its conclusion is?
Actually, whether or not it justifies your position, which would just be like a necessary conscious being exists.
That's what you think the conclusion of
no, that's not what I said.
Which contingency argument are you referring to?
No, I never said that. I said whether or not it justifies your position, which is that.
Okay, and what is my position? You haven't even clarified what we're
twice. Whether or not it justifies
a
necessary conscious being existence. I said that 3 fucking times, you retard! What the hell?
Bro. You're such a fucking dumb. Just ask to play contingency, bro. I'm the fucking bad people I've ever explained, bro. Like, dude, there are multiple contingency arguments. You're referring to the contingency argument that's specifically in reference to Alexander Proust's statement, which you would have known if you actually had any philosophical nonsense. So don't get loud with me because you're an idiot who can't explain simple things. You're in reference to the contingency argument that follows, okay, has such. Now, how it follows specifically is in a very, very simple way because all it's being used is to define that there has to be a necessary concrete being. That's all the conclusion is referring to, that there is a necessary concrete being. Now, Yanni, since you think you know so much, Yanni, do you know what a necessary concrete being is? You let me know. You let me know. Do you know why I'm asking you this, Yanni? Do you know why? Do you know why, Yanni? You know I'm asking you this? Because guess what the conclusion is? Not what you said. Not what you said. I'll tell you that much. Not what you said. Not what you said. I'll let you know that much. Oh, of course he's deafened. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. This idiot. Like, literally. Not what he said. Do you want to go on phone? Do you want to go on PC? How about that? A necessary conscious being? Huh. Interesting. That's so weird. My eyes. Hold on. Let me. Hold on. Let me rub my eyes. Hold on.
Okay, finally he's finished.
Huh.
Yeah, okay.
So
I have a question.
So, Rizhan, you let me know. Does this spell conscious, Rizhan?
Oh my god. Nobody cares who you yapping, bro. Can you justify unnecessary?
Nobody cares, bro.
I said
I don't care.
I said yapping, you fucking idiot.
Bet that.
Yanni drowning. Yanni drowning.
Yeah, we
That's what these were? Like what? This guy's a weirdo.
Yeah, Archie, you do understand that Yanni said a necessary conscious being, not necessary conscious.
This guy results to permabusing like a dork because he can't prove his point. You see this, Sakazuki? You just saw that in real time. You just saw that in real time. You just saw that in real time, bro. This nigga's a retard. This nigga's a retard, bro.
So are y'all about to debate or like what?
Look at this idiot, bro. Look at this idiot.
You can leave Infinity.
Nah, because this nigga keeps trying to permabuse like a dork. He's so weird.
He says to get your A-pass on the phone.
Look at this guy's a weirdo.
That's what Yanni said.
This guy's trying to permabuse because he can't debate properly. Like what? Look at this guy. That's all he does.
And
Look at this
Archie, you still might be on his side.
That's all he does. He's a weirdo. This guy's a weirdo. He can't even debate normally. This nigga's a weirdo. This nigga's such a weirdo. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. He's concluding and he's fucking up the activity because he's upset that he doesn't have to get a phone debate. That's what he's upset for. This nigga's so upset. Look at this guy. This guy's a dork. This guy's a dork. He upset over a debate. He's so pressed. You hear his voice? Sakazuki, you gonna get your monkey who keeps trying to perm abuse? Look at this. Look at this. I told him no.
So what you posted,
I told him no. Blatantly. Now Rizwan, you let me know. Now what argument was he explaining, Rizwan?
He said,
bro, Rizwan just mic down, bro. Like this guy.
No, Rizwan, you let me know. What argument?
He said a necessary conscious being. He said that the conclusion.
That's not what I asked.
Yes,
What is the argument?
That's what he did. The argument is going to be a contingency argument.
Okay. Now you let me know. Okay, I'm gonna send you a syllogism. Can you tell me what argument this is from, my friend? You let me know. You let me know. You let me know.
There's multiple types of contingency argument. He was probably just
do you know that's why I asked him which one he was referring to?
Yeah, he was referring to the Leibniz contingency argument because he said a necessary conscious being.
Exactly. Yes. He referred to the wrong one, idiot.
Okay, so a necessary concrete.
He was referring to the one that I used, not the one that Lebanese used. Silly. So this is why we track.
You posted isn't actually going to capture what Yani was saying.
Wait, Rizwan, are you paying attention? Rizwan, do you know that that's not the case?
Archie.
What's up?
Yo, nigga, Archie, nobody cares, bro. So
Yani, you lost to me. Shut up.
Shut up. It was income.
You lost to me. You lost to me, bro. Oh, wait, matter of fact, you're on Infinity. Now that Infinity's in here, you're on Infinity. You let me know. Infinity, did you say I lost?
Yeah.
Against Yani.
Did I say
okay, you said it's either Ancon or I won. Yes or no?
Nobody said you lost in the debate. What the fuck?
Yo, listen. Yes or no?
I don't remember what I said for the Yani debate. I know I said you won. I don't know about the Incon part for Yani debate. I know I remember saying that for C though.
So I won the Yani debate.
Yeah. Now wait, are you getting the Incon shit from me saying I watched recording for the second point?
Yeah.
Yeah, you said the second point is either you won or Incon. And then he said
yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but you know, Infinity, I was gonna say, do you know you actually clarified afterwards, Infinity, and you said that I won?
Yeah, I said that the first point was, yeah. So the second point was whether or not his argument went through. So if it's Incon, I'm pretty, if it's Incon, that means we can't conclusively say that his argument went through, which is what obviously won.
Yeah.
That's literally
what I was trying to explain to you.
That's literally
in fact, you literally, unironically, you already said this in chat. This guy's sped, bro.
I know I said it either during the C debate or the Yani debate, but I definitely mentioned the conclusively shit. I said if we can't conclusively determine whether or not your argument went through, then obviously we will not accept it within the debate. So if we don't accept it, then his position will be justified by the first point.
But the first point was me arguing again. Okay, it's fine anyways. What do you call
it? You were giving a reductio. If your reductio doesn't go through, his position is still staying, my nigga.
It's cool. Let's debate Archie.
Wait, I thought
no, what the fuck? That's just weird. I don't know.
Wait, I thought I couldn't hold you.
I mean, you can't hold it without. Yeah.
Wait, let me get the. Wait, let me screenshot. Hold on. Wait, you said that how long ago? Hold on. You said this.
I said it. I said you can't hold me without a fucking loud.
Let's type in a hold.
Oh my god.
Hold on. Let's see. Did it jump to your message? Let's see this. Okay, we're gonna look up from Yani. Okay. We're gonna look up from Yani. We're gonna go to hold. We're gonna press the jump. You said,
this guy's doing everything not to debate me. Bro, the whole
you're so shit, right now. You can't hold.
You're so
I
shit.
know to seek something. I know to seek something. You know what I'm gonna do for you? I'm even gonna do this. I'm even gonna lower my mic. I got you. Watch it. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm even gonna lower my mic. I got you. I'm even gonna do this. I'm gonna go on here. Watch this. So is this good for you? Is this good for you, little guy?
Turn it down a little bit, bitch.
This is good for you. No, bitch.
Turn it down a little bit,
You're gonna cope with that. You're gonna cope with this.
Yeah, it's not good for me, bitch.
Back to what I was saying, right?
Anyways,
you have the idea. You have the idea that you told me that earlier that I suck and that I'm worse than you. I didn't use to someone who's worse than you.
Yeah, okay, I already told you I was referring to. I was referring to you not being able to hold me whilst you're on phone, you fucking idiot. The hell?
Wait, so what's the difference between me being on the phone and me being on this mic right now?
Because you don't
Yeah,
have
you're
access
loud
to
on
your
this mic.
loud mic, which
I'm
means
loud
you
on
have to
this.
use your
This is loud,
microphone.
Mikey.
Yeah, you're louder on this mic. I said you're
What?
loud, you fucking idiot. This
Am
guy
I loud?
Yo,
Huh.
this guy's showing like shit, bro. I said you're louder on this mic, you fucking idiot.
Let's see. Ha.
Yeah, obviously. I
Am
never said you're
I?
loud. I said you're louder. Oh my god, this guy's a fucking retard. Wallahi, this guy's stupid. Nigga, I said you're louder.
What?
Louder.
Yo.
Yeah,
You
wallahi, I
just said
consider you stupid.
wallah. You just
Yeah,
said
wallahi, I
wallah.
consider you stupid. Yeah, wallahi, I consider you stupid. Yeah, wallahi, I consider you
Yo,
stupid.
did no one just hear that? He just said wallah. I am stupid. That's
Nigga, he's
crazy.
British.
You didn't say that's
Yeah,
crazy
it's the
to
same
me.
thing. Obviously,
That's
when I
crazy
say,
to me.
yeah, when
You're
I made
so
that clear, I'm referring to my mental
disingenuous.
state. Cool.
Wait, so you genuinely think you lost to someone who was stupid?
I mean, do I care? Like,
Oh, nah,
I
you're
think I won the
dumb.
debate.
Yeah, you're
I think I won the
actually
debate.
dumber than I thought. Damn.
Ooh, let's debate.
That's hilarious.
Let's
Alright, so
debate.
listen, we can debate.
Wait,
Why not?
wait, what?
Listen, I'll debate you on theology. I'll take the position that God exists.
Cool. What argument are you
Alright.
using?
What position are you taking?
I'm
Obviously
taking
going to be taking a position
agnostic.
that,
Obviously, I'm gonna be. There's so many positions.
there's no
Shut up,
reason to
Rasan.
ask
Matter of fact, get that
Name
ass on
5.
mute.
Name 5 positions.
Now
right?
listen, Yani, you said name 5 positions.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's the agnostic
That I
position.
could be taken, by the way. That
There's
I
a
could be
position.
taken.
There's an atheist position. There's the agnostic atheist position. And you could just be taking the Gnostic position because I'm not arguing for any affirmative version of God. I'm arguing for a likely statement. So statements and the logical intrinsicness of them on there. So you're still counting because you didn't even hear it. Now listen. Here's
I
going to
counted
be
the
the
amount you said, by the way. I counted the amount you
fine.
said.
You don't have to. It doesn't really matter. So listen, I'm going to be
Put it
using
in
the
five. That's
argument
cool,
from contingency. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So who's going to be the judge?
Are you talking about
Yeah,
Antonio?
Infinity can judge.
I can't look at chat right now. Just lay out the arguments by principle.
I
Did
got
you say
you.
Shikio?
So, premise 1, for any particularly
Either way,
contingent concrete
we
thing,
can
there's an
have
explanation
moderation,
of the
by the way.
fact that those things exist. P2, considering that all contingently concrete things that exist, if there is an explanation of the fact that those things do exist, and there's an explanation of a necessarily concrete thing. P3, therefore there's a necessarily concrete thing. That's all.
Yo, wait. Want to agree to moderation?
No. So, what's your response?
I'm not debating without moderation.
So you concede, because you already just agreed and you agreed to the debater and judge.
I already said earlier we can agree to moderation.
No,
In fact, you know what? Okay, it's cool. If you loud mic, you look bad anyway. So wait, what's the argument?
I don't care. And I already said my argument. We're not tracking?
Can you send the argument in chat?
No, there's no point for me to.
Okay, then restate it.
We're not tracking?
I wasn't listening, yeah.
So you weren't tracking. Now, basically,
Yeah, I was
P1
asking
is for
moderation.
any particularly contingently concrete thing. There's an explanation of the fact that those things exist. Okay. P2, considering all contingently concrete things that exist, if there's an explanation of the fact that those things exist, then there's an explanation of a necessarily concrete thing. Okay. P3, conclusion, therefore there's a necessarily concrete thing. What's your response?
Yeah, justify the second premise.
Justify the second premise?
Oh.
Okay. And what do you think the second premise is?
Yeah, you said if all concrete contingent facts of something exist, there must be an explanation of necessary being.
Okay. Well, first that's going to be explained. Will you agree to premise 1 though, right? That there's this explanatory.
That all contingent.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, that all contingencies have.
So
an
if there is
explanation.
something, yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. So,
So
okay.
first-
By the way, to clarify, for any contingent
Yeah.
existent thing, that's an explanation.
What?
Yeah, for any contingent existent thing, there's an explanation.
Contingent existent thing. Do you think things that? Oh, brother, that's not my premise. Okay, I said contingently
I'm
concrete thing.
clarifying the entailments, bro. The entailment.
You're a fucking idiot. I said contingently concrete. Do you know what concrete means?
No, I don't tell me.
You don't. Okay. So you're about to try to give. Okay, that makes sense. So basically, right, all it means is just that something is causally capable. Now, I'm going to go to the second premise. I'm just going to give a little explanation. Now, considering all contingent concrete things that exist, if there is an explanation of the fact that those things exist, then there is a necessarily concrete thing. Now, this premise is all about the concrete things there are. right? It says that if there is a joint existence, and if their joint existence has this explanation, there has to be some necessary foundation to it. Now, I'm just going to refer to the state of affairs of the actual contingent thing existing as the big contingent state. Just hold that in your mind for a second. Now, P2 records that the thought of the big contingent state cannot be adequately explained apart of the causal activity of one or more non-contingent things.
Define big contingent state.
Great tracking. Yo, this is amazing tracking. So, as I said beforehand, not even 30 seconds ago, we're going to refer to the state of affairs of the actual contingent thing existing as the big contingent state. Did you track that?
Clarify that.
Clarify that. I just did.
Oh my God, I'm not asking you for clarification on the big contingent.
You just said clarify that. And you just said, what do I mean by that?
Oh my God, I'm asking.
I'm going to just continue because you sound like a retard. Now, this thought is rooted in a general principle, okay, that no facts about the existence or activities of a contingent instance of F can, by themselves, explain that there exist those that are of F. Now, to be clear, F's may also be G's, for example, but perhaps their being G explains their being F. Even still, their being G doesn't explain their very existence. Just for clarification. Now, an external explanation is required, obviously. Now, P2 falls out of the instance, as you agreed to previously, a general principle that specifically no fact about the existence of activities, especially contingent instances, of being contingent and concrete can by themselves explain why those very things exist. You would agree to this because this is premise one, correct?
Premise one was that for all contingent things that exist, they have an explanation. Like that was the
It's just using the basic explanatory principle. That's correct. Now, consider that no matter how many F's.
Right now?
Okay, so you're not tracking.
Yeah, sure, I'm not tracking. Go ahead.
Okay, so you're a retard. So what did I just previously explain by the F's and the G's?
Clarify what you're explaining. Like, there's no need to, like,
so you have no tracking state. So previously, this is why I don't interrupt, Yani, and this is why we use our ears. Now, I'm going to go back about 3 to 4 different sentences, and hopefully this time you peace. Now, as I previously said, this thought is rooted in a general principle, can by themselves, okay, that let's say we have no facts, right? No facts about existence or activities of these contingent instances of F, right, can by themselves explain why there are things of F that exist. Now, here, for clarification, the F's may also be G's or P's or Q's, but perhaps their G, P, or Q explain there being F. Even then, G doesn't necessarily explain the very existence. Now, this is why we need an external explanation.
Wait, okay. I understand you're claiming this, but like, why doesn't G explain F? Like, why doesn't G explain the existences of F?
Okay, so like, you know that if I were to agree to this, this would be me accepting that things can explain themselves.
Oh my God. Okay, wait. So if I were to posit that...
Wait, hold on. So are you agreeing? Are you saying that things explain themselves?
Oh my God, wait. Archie, just to clarify my argument. I'm saying that to explain... Yeah, okay, cool. To explain contingent... Okay, cool. To explain contingent existences, we do... Yeah, cool. Like, you keep cutting me off.
Cool.
To explain contingent existences, we don't have to invoke something that's not necessary. But we don't have to invoke something that's necessary. We can just have an infinite regression of contingents. Right, and then your argument over here.
I was going to address this. This has nothing to do with what I just previously said.
Yeah,
you're getting ahead of yourself already.
Yeah, oh my God.
No, you're not going to interrupt my argument to give a baseline refutation. I'm not even done with my argument.
Trying to say right now is there must be like an external explanation for contingents.
I don't care. Now I'm just going to explain my argument because this guy's a retard. Now again, continuing with my justification to that, this guy just tried to give infinite regression in defense or in refutation of the PSR. Like, hello? Oh my goodness, bro, you're a fucking idiot.
I mean, now, I've never seen somebody consider PSR the most concise,
matter. Bro, oh my goodness, Yani. So does everyone see this in chat? This is the guy that says I'm cooked. This is the guy right here that says that I loud mic too much and overtalk too much and I interrupt too much. This guy right here, who can't even let me finish a basic explanation of what he asked. This guy's an idiot, bro.
Okay, go ahead.
This guy is the biggest ape. If he had a loud mic, he would be even worse than me. This guy's an idiot.
Okay, finish.
Now listen, I'm gonna explain. You kind of agree with the over talking? Listen, if he can over talk, then I can loud mic as much as I want, and I don't want to hear a single Archie relies on a loud mic. So again, I'm gonna raise my mic each time you interrupt. I'm just gonna clarify that for not only Yani but for everyone. Okay? Now listen, I'm gonna do this. Okay? I have a nerf with a loud. Now I'm gonna continue my explanation. Okay? And I don't want to hear any interruptions. Okay, moron? Or I'm just gonna keep progressively raising my mic. Okay? Until you learn that you cannot overtalk me and you're going to wait patiently. Now, to continue from what I was saying, okay, because I stopped at the very fact that premise 2 falls out of an instance of a general principle that specifically no facts about the existence or activities of contingent instances of being contingent or concrete can by themselves explain why there exist those very contingently concrete things. This is premise 1. So this thing is already confirmed. Same with the F's and G's and Q's. You already agreed to premise 1. So you shouldn't be asking me about this if you already agreed. Now consider. This is following now. Archie. Consider now. Oh, more? Okay, I got you.
Yeah, that's
so here's what we're gonna do. Now we're gonna do this. Now consider this. Okay? Consider the fact that no matter how many F's there are, right, and no matter how many of those F's might be causally connected, we might ask, in other words, you might ask, why do these F's exist rather than others or none at all? Right? Now, and this curiosity may seem to suggest that no facts about the existence or activities of any particularly continuity, or F themselves adequately explain why those very F's in the first place even exist. That was your question in reference to the first point, right? As I said, I was going to explain. Now, we may wonder, for instance, why some particular turtles are sitting on a porch, right? We may have facts about turtles, about how they, are causally connected. But what we don't know yet is why turtles even exist in the first place, right? More to the point, if there were to be an explanation of the contingent thing, this explanation would make reference to one or more non-contingent things. Now we go back to what I said previously. It's starting to connect now. Now, might the big contingent state, as I referenced earlier, be explained by the fact that it must obtain? The answer would be no, because the big contingent state, and this is the main point of the basis of this, consists entirely of contingent things. So if any contingent thing were to be absent from reality, then the big contingent state would not obtain. For the big contingent state is defined by a rigid plural reference to each and every actual contingent thing. Now each contingent thing is absent. Well, you can say, I wouldn't say objectively. It's possibly absent, of course, because I don't know what you ascribe to your personal ontology or idea of existence, right? But even if you were to disagree, this is still a possibility. So therefore, the big contingent state does not necessarily obtain, right? Now, it seems then the big contingent state can only be explained by the causal activities of one or more things external to itself. Do you get what I'm saying? Now, what would that cause be? Now, it's worth adding that the arguments here that we gave are simply just for the explanatory principle. Are you following? This is why you probably shouldn't just agree to things on the basis of the fact that you think it's not important. Now, for example, we observed that the iPhones that we see have an explanation in terms of other iPhones. So even if there were to be some minimal or ad hoc notion of the explanation on which the things exist of some contingent thing, right, these things somehow still explain their own existence. And at that point, it wouldn't be a relevant notion. So your question of it was still ignorant. That's my full explanation of two.
Okay,
now, what do you have to give?
When you, don't cut me off by the way, but when you refer to like this big contingent, whatever the fuck, right? What you really are referring to is just a set of contingent things, or like the set of all contingent things. Then I just have to ask you then, why does this set of contingent things actually exist outside of the domain of discourse, right? I can say, well, everything within the set of contingent things has an explanation in the sense that it's explained by some prior contingent thing. The set itself may not have an explanation because the set only exists within the domain of discourse. So you have to justify why the set exists, and then, if of course, if it exists and it warrants some metaphysical explanation, I don't mind agreeing that if the set exists, then there would be like some necessary thing that explains the set, right? But then you have to justify the set actually existing outside of the domain of discourse. So go ahead and do that.
Okay. Specifically, what do you mean when you say set outside of the course of discourse?
I mean, okay, yeah. So when we refer to like quantifiers like many, several, and all, these are just things that exist within the domain of discourse. We're referring to like linguistic categories or linguistic groupings of things.
Okay. Because right now it just seems like you're addressing an analytical argument. So what does this have to do specifically with the state of affairs? What are you asking of the state of affairs?
Okay. So I'm saying if this set is something, like if the set of contingent things isn't something that's actually existent and it exists purely within the domain of discourse, then I would just say it doesn't warrant some type of explanation,
Wait,
right?
you
Chill.
already agreed that they exist, though.
I agree that contingents exist, right? But I don't agree the grouping or the big big conjunctive contingent fact actually exists.
I got you. And listen, do you understand what premise 1 entails?
Yeah, premise 1 is that I already clarified this to you. Even you said it yourself, it's the PSR, so all contingents have an explanation.
Not necessarily what I said. It says it's based off of it, right? Now, it says for any particular contingent concrete things, there is an explanation of the fact that those things exist, considering that all contingently concrete things that exist, right? And then we follow into RP2. You agree to premise 1 that those things have an explanation and that those things do exist.
Yeah, I agree, yeah. So I'll clarify again.
So what are you questioning here?
Yeah, okay. I think all contingents within the set have an explanation. So yeah, these things are existent and they have an explanation. However, what's in question is whether or not the set or the linguistic grouping itself exists. I can say, yeah, the set of all contingent things or the big conjunctive contingent fact actually, my bad, what do you call it? It doesn't exist, right? But the members within the big conjunctive contingent fact do exist, and they're explained infinitely by prior contingent events.
All right, so you're asking me if a certain group of words exist?
I'm asking you if the big conjunctive contingent fact exists, yeah.
Conjunctive contingent fact? And what do you think this is?
The thing you're referring to, like the BCCF or whatever, you're like the fucking set of all contingent things.
What do you think I said?
I mean, I don't know the wording you use verbatim, right? But obviously,
I can tell.
I know the argument I know the argument you're using, right? So you're trying to say there's some set of all contingent things, and this set obviously has an explanation. And if this set has an explanation, then it must be necessary, right? But I'm saying the set itself doesn't have to be in existence. The things within the set can have explanations, so the PSR can remain true.
Okay. So you understand the set. Oh, so you're saying since the properties inside this set have explanations, the set in its entirety doesn't need an explanation? That's essentially what you're trying to say?
No. I'm saying,
what?
right?
What the fuck was that fake?
Oh my god, this guy is terrible. So I'm saying, right?
What type of fake laugh?
No, well, I'm actually laughing, bro. I'm laughing.
What the fuck?
Okay, cool.
That is not
Anyways,
rhetoric.
I'm saying, I have to keep explaining to you. The set itself,
Okay.
right? The conjunction of all contingent facts.
Okay, pause right there. The
actually
set
exists.
itself, the conjunction of all contingent facts. So what are you referring to when you say that?
Yeah, okay, so when we say, because when you say like all contingent things have an explanation, right? You're referring to like the collection or grouping of contingent things, and obviously that collection or group of contingent things must have an explanation. However,
Wait,
Which you agreed to. That's
Wait,
correct.
he's just saying that the contingents exist and they have an explanation. However, when we say all, we're grouping them together, but they're not actually grouped in a singular room, for example. When I say all cats, not all cats are in my room, but instead it's just a quantifier we use in the domain of discourse. So when you say the set is either contingent or necessary, and the set can't contain itself because that's a contradiction, therefore it must be necessary, he's asking you why the set exists in the same way as the contingent existence.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. Wow. So that's you couldn't just explain that, Yani?
Yeah, I explained it 6 times to you. Infinity understood it as well. So
Yani,
that's
you unironically are one of the worst rhetoricians I've ever seen.
I mean, that's cool. I'm not a debater, so continue.
How did you not explain that? Okay. So basically, I already answered this beforehand, and I'll just answer it again. What was that? Oh, I thought so. Okay.
Okay, good.
Now, listen, basically, right? I already explained why this was the case, like, multiple times. And I mean multiple times. But, I mean, I'll go over it again for you. Now, listen. Do you understand specifically what I mean when I say a big contingent state, essentially?
Go ahead and explain it.
Oh, brother. Okay. So, listen. My first explanation, I said considering that all of this to be the case, right? The premise is all about a contingent concrete thing there are, right? It's just saying that their joint existence has an explanation. Do you know what I mean when I say joint explanation?
Wait, so you're saying when your premise was...
This is why you're lost.
Wait.
This is why you're lost. Just follow with me for a second.
Oh my god, I have a question.
It says that if their joint existence has an explanation, then there is some necessarily concrete thing. Okay? Now you're questioning the way we use the word joint. Correct?
I mean, sure, if you want to think that.
What do you think that joint means, Yani?
Yeah, so I just explained like multiple times. When we say like when we refer to like a conjunction of all contingent things, we're just referring to like
Bro, that's not what I
something like,
just asked. What do you think that joint means?
Yeah, oh my god, joint conjunction is the same thing, bro. Like
No. No.
No, really? Okay, what do you mean by joint?
So listen. Do you think a conjunction refers to a collective necessarily?
I mean, it can.
Oh, brother. Hold on, a lot going on.
Can you make this debate? What's going on?
What? Hold up a second.
Yani, bro.
Like, what's he like? Why is he running away?
Oh, damn.
So wait,
First,
actually,
never
yeah.
happened.
Maybe I'm not tracking, but like,
Wait, Archie.
What's up?
Do you take two to be a collection?
Do I take two to be a collection?
Yes.
It depends on what way we're using two. I think two can represent a singular form.
Okay, well, let's say more than one candy bar. Do you think that's a collection?
Do I think one candy bar is a collection?
Yeah. Do you say there's a conjunction of candy bars in that situation?
No.
Okay. And then Yani.
Oh, wait, hold on. I know what you're saying. Naturally, I'd say no. In reference for my debate, yes. I consider them a collection.
Okay. And then do you disagree with that, Yani?
disagree with what?
Do you agree that an object, do you agree that any set which contains more than one object is a conjunction?
Do I agree that any set that contains more than one object is a conjunction? Sure.
Yes, okay. Well, y'all continue there.
Facts.
Yo, Archie, where are you?
Much now.
Hey, yo, Yani, I'm curious. I'm curious. Are you a retard?
Yo, see, so I'm curious. Whatever the fuck he does.
Yani, I'm curious. So, like, where you guys at now? Like,
Wait, what happened?
So we're at the
What's up?
cerebellum.
Oh, yeah. So basically, you said cerebellum. I don't think you know what that means because I mentioned the cerebrum multiple times, and the cerebellum is something I rarely reference because it has nothing to do with irrational action. Anyways, let's see. Basically, to the whole point of what I was saying again, because I still don't fully understand what you're trying to argue because I don't think this necessarily disagrees with me because I think you already agreed. You already agreed that there can be a contingent. You agree that every contingent thing has an explanation already. Every contingently concrete thing.
Yeah, every contingent existence has an explanation.
Okay. Now, your issue is that you think that they all don't have the same explanation, correct? As a collective?
I think, to clarify my view, I think every contingent thing is explained by some prior contingent event or some prior contingent thing. So, like...
That didn't answer my question.
Yeah, I think that clarifies the question, to be honest.
Yeah, so that doesn't answer my question. Do you know what this is? Do you know what I just asked?
Yeah, I know you asked.
Okay. So what did I ask?
Do you think contingent things have the same explanation even in those places?
So you don't know what I asked?
That's exactly what you asked.
So why are you trolling? Are you good or something?
I'm not trolling. You just sound stupid though. Debate.
So you sound like a retard.
Like
so if I'm stupid, can you tell me what I said that was stupid?
Yeah, you just sound lost right now.
That doesn't answer my question. So it seems like you're actually lost because you can't answer such a simple question.
Nigga needs to hit the rhetorical treadmill.
Do you even know what I define to be multiple states of affairs?
Multiple states.
No. Do you know what I even meant by that?
I mean, I'm not sure, so clarify.
So the reason why you're not sure is because you lack tracking ability, okay? So the next time you decide to speak about my tracking, you moron, maybe you should process that. Okay, now listen. I'm going to explain this very, very simply in a very simple framing, okay? Now please track with me. Can you track with me, Yani?
I'm tracking with you, baby.
I can track together, can't we? Now,
Yes,
the states of affairs, the actual contingent things existing is what?
I don't know.
What is it, Yani? Because apparently I'm lost, so you let me know. What was it?
Clarify.
What was it?
What?
No, you let me know since you can track so well.
Clarify.
No, you go ahead since you're not lost.
I'm so lost right now, Archie.
I'm so lost. Again, this isn't rhetoric. You go ahead, let me know.
Clarify.
Clapping hands while talking?
Okay,
Oh, I'm
you know
sassy.
what, Archie?
You didn't notice?
If
You didn't notice?
think,
You didn't notice? Oh, you
by
better
the way,
know. Now
anyways,
listen.
if you don't think,
You go ahead, let me know. I'll clarify for you. They got Archie. Yeah, facts. I'm cloned, bro. I'm sent from the FBI, bro. They got me, bro. Our generation's run, bro. Facts, bro. Now listen.
Shit,
I'm gonna explain something to you. I'm so shit. You lost to me. That's all I have to say. You lost to me. That's all I have to say.
You're losing right now.
I'm losing right now. Can you explain how I'm losing?
Okay, conclude then. Go ahead.
No, explain how I'm losing.
He doesn't want to.
You can't even explain how I'm losing. I can explain how you're losing because you still haven't addressed the fact to the point to where I already addressed the big contingent state.
Okay, so clarify what you mean when you say big contingent state. Go ahead.
So I already did. So now address that.
I mean,
you mean that's not an addressal?
I'll just
it seems like you're nervous, Yani.
When you say big contingent state, right? You could just be referring to some set of contingent things or.
I could be, but what am I referring to?
I mean, the possibility.
No. You're rhetorically very efficient, Yani. You let me know if you could track with me.
Okay, by the way, when I say could, like, I'm not referring to. I'm not telling you to like, genuinely.
You're just using filler words. Just my argument.
My argument uses the word could, bro. Anyways, right? What's wrong with this guy?
I think you're tracking, my friend.
Yeah, you could just be referring to, right, as the set of all contingent things. But the set of all contingent things may not be something that actually exists outside of the domain of discourse. Obviously, if it only exists,
the set of contingent things may not exist necessarily outside of the point of discourse. You know why they have to? Because all of these contingent things that formulate under our universe, you would agree the universe contains these things, correct?
Okay, oh my God, does the universe contain itself?
No.
Okay, so is it contingent?
Unless you're referring, because it depends how you define the universe. Okay. It depends how you define the universe. So if you define the universe as, oh, you're over talking, what was my rule, Yani?
Turn it up, bro. Go ahead.
That was my rule. So listen, if you define you're a bitch. I don't care what you say. You sound like a baby who just learned how to use curse words. Back to my argument, right? The idea is, right, if we have our universe, right, if you define the universe as itself, which just means its properties of space, time, and matter, which contain these contingent phrases, right, if this is the case, then yes, it would technically contain itself. Just like how we contain our organs, right, just how a lunchbox contains its food, yes, the universe would contain itself, because itself is the properties of itself, right? This is the case. But what is the explanation behind the universe? Because I believe the universe, it would be defined as this big contingent state. Already, right? I've clarified this already. Your own point of the discourse thing would only hold true if we were to define these contingent phrases, and the universe has things that are separate. But I think everything that the universe is and consists of is contingent, and that's what I'm referring to.
Oh my, okay, wait, so hold on. You're saying the second contains itself, why?
What?
As in, like, why can it contain itself? Go ahead.
I already explained this.
Explain that again.
No. Did you not track?
Okay, I mean, cool. That's fine.
Okay, that's fine, I guess?
I didn't listen. I didn't track. You can explain it.
Okay, that was your own fault. That was the entire point of what I was saying.
It's cool, though, Archie, because I genuinely think that, like, even...
No, see, I know that. He's just not going to have it. Is he going to have an explanation against it? Do I care?
Like,
just
I mean,
argue?
By the way, like...
He's not going to know how to. But, wait, go ahead, Yani?
Yeah, so, okay, when you refer to necessary being, like, what type of mentality you're referring to?
Right, when I refer to a necessary being, so you're moving on from this point.
I'm not moving on from shit, because obviously this is so important to the point.
You're a fucking idiot. Like, so what was the second premise? What was the second premise?
Does it say the mentality?
What was the second premise?
I'm not saying it for you, bitch.
I'll answer for you, because you clearly don't know, right? It's considering that all contingent concrete facts that exist, right, or things that exist, if there is an explanation of the fact that those things do in fact exist, then there is a necessarily concrete thing.
And then what modality is necessary on that?
What modality is that necessary under? S5. Why is it necessary under S5?
Okay.
Well, what do you think this is?
That's cool. So, obviously, right, I was positing that the set of all contingent things may not exist. And if it's the case that there could be or can be an infinite regression, then obviously the necessary being does not exist in all possible worlds, which means that
is this something you're offering as an alternative? Are you asking why can't we have an infinite regression and what's the issue with this? Okay, so you're moving on from the previous point?
I mean, because it doesn't get you anywhere.
Because now that's a second point that you're moving on to. You just tried to move on twice.
No,
so I'm questioning this. Do you just want to conclude on this point, or are you going to keep referring to a multitude of separate points?
Conclude on this point? Are you stupid?
Because you just tried to move on. That's why.
Bro,
do you even know what point we're on?
Obviously, on the point we're on.
I don't even think you can track fully.
Oh my god. So my whole argument was that when you
Rizan, you can get killed right after this debate.
So why is he cutting me off? Like, what the fuck is he doing?
Because I can. What are you gonna do about it? Just continue like a little bitch.
Fucking extorter. Anyways.
Fucking extorter. Okay, what about it? Facts I am. Facts I am. Now what?
Can I speak?
Now what are you gonna do? I'll extort you next. Now what? Like, what are you gonna do about it? Continue, bitch. Do something. Do something. Good boy. Continue. I guess he's not continuing. The minute you continue, the minute you're listening to what I say. Good boy. I'll wait. It's so funny when people are trapped in their pride. I literally cooked it up.
Yo, I'm back. What was he saying?
I say continue like a good little boy.
Really? Okay. So, anyways.
Good boy. Continue now.
Okay. So yeah, what I was saying was that in the start of my argument, I said when we refer to like the set of all contingent things, I said we could be referring to something that exists exclusively within the domain of discourse, right? Obviously, if that's something that's possible, then it negates the necessity of your argument, like the necessity of the conclusion. And your conclusion has to be necessary because you're positing a necessary being, a being that exists in all conceptions, like all possible worlds.
Again, what does this have to do with being necessary? What do you think necessity? Wait, hold on. What do you think necessity is?
Yeah, so you define necessity under S5. Obviously, that means it's something that exists within all possible worlds.
Okay. But how do you think we get to necessity?
Is that relevant? Why is it relevant?
Yes, it's very relevant. Because we can reach necessity in a multitude of ways. Do you understand the four uncontroversial rules of inference that we go by under S5? I'll explain the ones that are relevant. Right? First, one of De Morgan's equivalents, which is just between necessity and possibility, which just states that a proposition is possible if and only if its negation is not necessary. Right? And if it is impossible, then that's only the case if and only if its negation is necessary. Do you understand this? Now, so that means if I were to prove that the conclusion of this big contingent state not having a necessary being or a necessary concrete thing, if I were to prove that the result of this would be impossible, I'd be proving that a necessary concrete being is necessary. You would agree under this logic, correct?
No, repeat yourself.
You mean no? So you don't go under S5?
No, that's not S5.
That is... Huh? What is it?
Yeah, clarify. Why is S5?
What is it? What is it? It's not S5. What is it? Is it S6?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is it S3?
Okay, yeah, why is that S5? Go ahead.
Okay, well, S5 is the main modal system, right? And essentially, S5 is just the requisite of modal axioms and rules of inference, right? Now, this logic is formulated in free logic, which is just where terms need not reference, and where such a logic is just an instance that's predicate holds true if and only if such thing would exist, right? This allows simple formulation of the thing that exists necessarily, which is very important to how we define necessity in things, right? Now, we usually assume these four controversial rules, right, being that necessity and possibility, that a proposition is possible if and only if its negation is not necessary, and impossible necessary. This falls into the secondary one, which is referred to the rule of necessitation, which is just a given proof of P from axioms alone may infer that P is necessary, to the distribution axiom, which is the axiom states that necessity transfers across entailments. If P is necessary, then P entails Q. Therefore, Q is necessary.
Okay, yeah. So
And then we go into
yeah.
axiom T, which simply just states that we can move from necessity to actuality. Now, by De Morgan's equivalence, and why it's important to S5, right, is that this is the equivalent, the axiom of what is possible. Now, we understand that while this axiom is uncontroversial for a metaphysical modality, it is also necessary, or at least certainly controversial for other kinds of modality, right? For instance, it is a false epistemic modality, or is false for epistemic modality to have something that can be epistemically, necessary, right? Say in the sense of being entailed by what one generally believes, or in the sense of having a unit epistemic probability and get false, right? This would lead to contradictions in many ways, which is why we rely on De Morgan's equivalence. That's why it usually refers to S5 rather than S4, which has many violations. Because S4 just states that if P is possible, like possibly possible, then P is possible, and equivalently, if P is necessary, then it's necessarily necessary, right? And obviously, you have different forms that violate that. But De Morgan's equivalence doesn't violate S5 in any way, and it's justifiably explained by that necessity of actuality.
Nice. Okay, so Archie,
So,
what I'm saying is, right, it's possibly not necessary. It's obviously possibly not
that's
necessary.
false. That's false.
Okay,
I already explained that's not the
okay,
case.
so why is it... Okay, so yeah, without presupposing an argument, right, or without presupposing it's necessary, why...
I already explained why.
Anyways, why is it impossible for the set of all contingent things to be referring to some type of, like, linguistic... something that exists within the domain of this...
What do you mean could be? I already told you what I was referring to.
I don't care about what you're referring to.
That's your issue. I don't care about what you are referring to or what it could be referring to.
Yeah.
That's a definitional dispute, and I've already clarified my definition.
The definitional dispute isn't relevant, because all I'm saying...
Yes, it is relevant. You're...
all we're trying to say is, right... Oh my god. Why is he
repetition.
He looks so bad right now. Like, please stop. So what I'm trying to say is, right, both of us agree to the PSR. We're saying all contingent things have an explanation. However, we differ in the way in which these things are explained. You're explaining them through necessary being, and I'm explaining them through, like, some type of infinite regression. I'm saying the infinite regression is possible because XYZ reason in this case being the set of all contingent things could be referring to something that exists within the domain of discourse. And if that's the case, I can just posit an infinite regression within the set that exists within the domain of discourse. So obviously the set itself wouldn't exist and therefore wouldn't require an explanation. However, the members of the set, like A contingent thing, would have B contingent thing as an explanation. So go ahead and give it a case.
Important,
He's lagging, by the way.
Okay, it's not me.
Is he running away?
No, he left on both his accounts. He's rejoining.
Okay, I just want to, like, say he's running away for, like, rhetoric, you know.
Well, he's already back on one account, so it's a bit late for that, lad.
I mean, I can just click it and be like, you're running away, you know.
Listen, man. What are you arguing? Why are you talking about VS5? What did I miss?
I'm just saying, possibly not necessary is equivalent to not necessary.
Yeah, sure. Not existing in a possible world does mean it's not necessary. So yeah.
Yeah, that's what
That's circular. You're just assuming it's not necessary.
Well, I'm just what do you call it? He's assuming that it is necessary. So, like, he has to give a symmetry break.
Did he just say it's necessary? You can argue then.
Alright, Archie, yeah. So you understand what I was saying, right?
Bro, my internet is
really back?
So annoying, bro.
Yani, did you win?
He keeps, like, running away.
Oh, Archie's running away?
Yeah, bro.
Is that true? Do you actually believe that?
Yeah, I think, what do you call it? I would run 3 hours a day, you know. I wasn't even trying until now. Like, I'm gonna start trying now.
Okay, he's not coming back for a bit. Yani, what argument was he giving?
he was saying like just that's basically like he's fucking like spamming jargon, saying the set of all what it reduces down to is the set of all contingent things has an explanation, necessary. Like that, like that's what it reduces down to.
Okay.
You guys both have no fucking idea what you're talking about, bro.
Yeah,
but
it's just gonna be really simple, right?
Israel or someone else?
that's man.
No, and Archie isn't a thief.
Ugh, it's not Israel. I don't care. Kill yourself.
What?
I
Anyways,
thought you were someone else, but you're not. So
Like,
don't
you guys have
bleach.
absolutely no clue what you're talking
at
Yeah.
all. So me and C know what we're talking about. Ain't that right, C?
about. Nigga, Yanni said possibly
Something like that.
not necessary. Realize that possibly not necessary just means that it is impossibly necessary under S5 modal logic. You know that, right?
Why are you putting on an accent?
Did
Who is
he?
that?
It sounds more rhetorical when I talk like this, bro. It sounds more rhetorical.
No, it doesn't. Who are you trying to mimic?
It just sounds more rhetorical, bro.
You're
You do
speaking
not
like a.
sound rhetorical.
I mean, that's the claim. Obviously, that's the claim.
Anyway,
That's what I'm asking for justification on.
that shit sounded ass.
That's the claim.
Mm.
I mean, you can think that anyways. It's obviously not going to be a non-monothetic predicate relegation. Obviously, right? It's going to be a metaphysical monothetic predicate
Yanni,
relegation.
he ran the debate. Is that true?
I'm not gonna lie. We're
He ran
tired
it.
of hearing you guys debate philosophy, bro. Just go to sleep, bro. Please rest.
Bro, like, run some fucking JJK. What happened to the good shit?
Exactly. I'm sick of this
What happened to
philosophy.
Jogo versus Dagon? Bring that shit
You guys
back.
you debate philosophy, and you don't even know what you're talking about. Like, it's like going into a JJK debate and saying, like, UG has 124%.
Yeah, but then like at the same time, like part of life, bro. Like who cares? Like fuck.
Literally,
my
bro.
gosh.
Debating is in fact not a part of life.
It is a
This shit is
part of my
purely
life
optional.
and your life as well.
Oh my God, am I back?
No.
You're back now, but
Yeah, you're back.
Okay, wait, who was running? Wait, hold on. Wait, you said who was running?
Bro,
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Now we could talk about that. You said who was running?
why is he blowing up my fucking
Nah. Nah, you know. Nah, you let me know. Who was running? Cause I could have sworn I'm not. So you gotta let me know who would I run from me